we're not just doing this to punch down or, just to be shock jocks. I'm making this film because I believe that the worship of the Virgin Mary as this figure that is pious, obedient, subservient, and somehow a virgin but also a mother has led to a stigmatization of female sexuality, and that's not okay with me. And I think religion can be beautiful, but not when it's used to like oppress women and gay people. So we actually have something that we're trying to say with this.
I'm Luke Steinfeld.
And I'm Wyatt Sarkissian.
We made the 50/50 podcast to support you on your filmmaking journey.
50% business, 50% creative.
Every Tuesday, a new how-to.
This week, we invite Ali Rosenthal into the 50/50 studio. As we near May 3rd's 50/50 Comedy Festival, we thought it would only be fitting to invite a previous Comedy Fest winner onto the pod. And that's where Ali comes in. Her short Teen Mary blends scathing satire and beating heart. The perfect combination for a calling card short that is turning execs' heads all over the industry. Giddy up, people, it's Ali Rosenthal.
I want to talk about my day job later.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Where we're turning back to setting the context. Setting the context of 50/50 filmmaker comedy. Teen Mary, you won. Got a trophy. Yeah. Pretty awesome. Won the audience award.
Kyle Mooney
gave you that trophy.
Gave me that trophy.
Wow.
It was probably, guys, the best night of my life.
It was really fun to surprise people with Kyle Mooney.
Like, the way that when you said there was going to be a surprise guest that comedy people were going to freak out over, and I was thinking, who could it be? Who could it be?
Who did you think?
I thought...
Nobody is good.
I did not think it would be Kyle Mooney.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like someone that's like, I don't know, like...
Yeah, we don't have to put names.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I did not think you could get Kyle.
Yeah.
But if I could choose who I would want it to be in my ideal world, it would be Kyle. But I wasn't even letting that enter my mind because I was like, there's literally no way. No way. Then the projector comes down. You start playing clips of Kyle's old stuff. I start freaking the fuck out. The girl next to me and I, we start grasping each other.
Did you know the girl?
Yeah, she's
Mary. Yeah.
Wait.
Was she playing Mary?
No, not Isabella.
She was there.
Maria.
Maria, my new friend Maria.
Yeah, we made happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
she's
poop
great.
film. She's so
Previous
funny. She's
podcast
so
guest.
great. We
Yeah.
became
Maria
obsessed with each
Quesada,
other.
yeah.
We're so obsessed with each other. And so she's sitting right here and we start grasping each other, and like sort of like, no. But it's like, it has to be Kyle. Like they're playing Kyle's videos.
Right.
Like, they're playing Kyle's videos.
Yeah.
And then the screen comes up and I go, and I lean over to her and I go, if it's actually Kyle Mooney, I'm going to actually shit my fucking pants. Because sort of like a double on, sort of
Which
like a
is a
joke.
very
Because
Maria
like
thing, by
her
the way.
movie was
Yeah,
about this
for
girl
sure.
shitting her pants. So it's like sort of like,
Yeah.
and then the screen comes up and you guys are like, Kyle Mooney. And he comes on stage and he's looking adorable.
Yeah.
And everything's electric. I think I stood up.
There were people really.
There was
People were
definitely
going
like
crazy.
an awesome, quite the ovation.
Awesome response.
Yeah.
And then there was this amazing talk in which I learned he has a baby. Like I didn't know he has a baby. I was like, he's a father. Like which made me love him even more. And then he announced Teen Mary. And I was like, those words in his mouth.
Yeah.
Those words in his mouth.
That was cool. That was really cool. And he gave you the trophy.
He gave it to me, and then afterwards we like talked, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
So it was like best night ever for sure.
He's awesome. Like he was so nice with his time, and like I don't know. He could have easily just showed up for the trophy and did the speech and left. He didn't have to announce the film. He didn't have to. Like there were a lot of things.
He
like
fully
that.
just like offered to do that.
He
He was
was-
well, I'll present the.
And he
audience
stuck
award, right?
around though. Like we had a car
yeah.
service for him, and like car
He
was
could've
there.
dipped out.
He could have easily,
Yeah.
and he was like,
didn't.
"I am down to stay." Like I'm talking to filmmakers, and like I don't know. It was really like you have moments like that where it's just so genuine, and it's incredibly inspiring to see people at the highest level are like that, and
it's maybe a little amount of their time, but it makes such a big impact on like everyone that at our level that like they talk to. I mean, that was a night that I felt like it kept me going. Between the experience of the 50/50 Fest and how amazing that was, and then the cherry on top, Kyle, like it felt like, oh yeah, like I'm on the right path.
It's amazing.
And it really kept me motivated and kept me going with being like, this is why I'm doing this, and I'm seeing the results, and this is kind of beyond my wildest dreams. Like, yeah, it was like a vision board kind of moment.
Can you say it one more time to the camera? I'm kidding. No.
The 50/50 Fest.
No, but this is like that's exact, because I like obviously a joke, but like that's like the most like amazing compliment you could ever give us, because that is what 50/50 is literally here to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like a night, as you said, because when you're working on a short film for so long and then you put it out there, and even when you're doing all these festivals and stuff, it can feel like disheartening and exhausting and all these things. But for you to be able to go to a place, and whether it was meeting Kyle or being in the room at 50/50 with all these people, like being able to like, maybe this gives me another week of like hope or like
100%.
of energy or whatever. Like that's, if Luke can provide that for
50,
people.
That's that community though. Let's talk about Team Mary though.
Yeah.
Can I say two more things about 50/50?
Sure.
Please.
Like, just the people I met there as well. Like, Aiden and Adelaide, who are assistants at UTA. I've since had like dinner and drinks with them like 4 times. We're great friends. They've come to like sketch shows I'm in. They're gonna run this industry in 5-10 years. Easy. Like easy. And like, people reaching out from 50/50, like letterbox reviews from 50/50. DMs because of 50/50. Luke setting me up with like execs from 50/50. Things did happen because of 50/50.
Yeah, we want it to be like the start of something,
It led to actual tangible
Not
things.
just
like
a one-time event.
Tangible general meetings came from that, which was sick.
Jeez, thank you.
Great.
Seriously, that's like so incredibly sweet.
And I think what you guys are doing is incredibly special, and I cannot believe that it has only been so long. Like, I'm very, very inspired by your drive and hustle and the inspiration that you are giving to our generation. You are creating a community, you are creating a family, and it's working. It's working.
Okay.
We're seeing that in a lot.
Enough of us.
Yeah, I mean,
So if you could just so I'll just take the money now and head out.
Yeah, exactly.
So the joke there was that they paid me to say that. The funny part is they didn't.
We didn't. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I thank you.
We can stop if you guys need to cry or something.
No, that's like very like seriously. Thank you so much.
It's true.
But it's amazing to hear with like specifically you're making friends. It's not just like transactional relationships that are very ephemeral and like short term and just like, hey, we're doing a deal like this project and this. It's like you're going to dinner, you're getting drinks, and like that's the original thought was put young filmmakers and execs or agents in a room, and we found quickly like, yes, that's amazing, but something even more amazing is having Ali, and then the Ali who works at UTA, who's equally as passionate
about her field,
about her side, like about the business side,
Yep.
So I'm very happy that like you had that experience, and you won, which is amazing. Like the films were like that comedy fest, which was 2 festivals ago now, was I was like, for 50/50, that was a really big step. Like because of a film like Teen Mary, that quality of production that felt like,
for sure.
I remember watching that submission here, and my roommates all watched it, and the whole team watched it, and everyone's like, this is gonna win one, but like this is crazy, because that level we started as a sketch festival, right? And like
I didn't even know that.
That's where we started, and again, why Kyle was such a perfect kind of guest. But just the evolution of 50/50, to see it become a showcase and spotlight for filmmakers like you, who you have a sketch background, but you're also pushing more into the shorts, and of course I'm sure we'll talk about features in this conversation. But Teen Mary was like a massive step up for us, so a lot of gratitude on our end for you and for showing up and for being as amazing as you are and everything. I remember the first Zoom call we had with you of like the team, and you were hilarious.
That was so fun
in New York. That was like but let's talk about the film. Let's talk about Teen Mary and like AFI, I guess, too. And even honestly before that, maybe just like give us the whole rundown of like, who are you? Who am I? Where are you from? Like that, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So my name's Ali Rosenthal. My name's not short for anything.
Okay.
So it's sort of a fun thing.
It's an important thing.
Yeah, good to get out of the way.
People think, Alice and Alexandra, Alice.
No.
Don't be shocked when on the title of this episode it just says Ali, by the way.
Ali, A-L-I. It's
you
like
should cut the last
share.
name. Yeah.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
Spelled A-L-I.
Okay.
Like Muhammad Ali, sort of.
That's great.
Unusual way to spell a name.
Okay.
My parents, I think, just like picked it, and they were like, "That's cute." And I'm named after some like actress from the '70s, but even her real name wasn't Ali, so it gets confusing.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, born and raised NYC, baby. City that never sleeps, the Big Apple, Manhattan.
Sure.
First day of memories, 9/11.
Really?
Literally 3.5 blacked in. Do you know what I mean? Like just like came into consciousness.
Wow.
Noises.
Oh my God.
Because we lived 2 blocks away. So I was right there. No, we like heard the building. It was bad.
Wow.
So that's why I'm funny.
Do you have memories of that? Or
Yes,
do your
I do.
parents? Okay.
I do. It was like my first day of memories was 9/11. Crazy. Had to evacuate my home.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I would assume.
Home with the babysitter pushing me up the street. Parents at work. Whole day, no idea where I am. So scary.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I low-key thought it was fun though, because I was going really fast in my stroller. So I was like, woo.
What's going on?
Yeah. But, I think that maybe that's why I like humor, right? I mean, it's gotta come from somewhere.
Well,
I had a great childhood besides that.
But
where did it come from?
there's a reason why the thing you mentioned when you talk about 9/11 is how fun the stroller was. Like you're
it's about perspective.
It's about perspective, right? The comedy of it all
Right.
is that shines through.
I actually remember. It's so funny, like what a 3-year-old remembers.
Yes.
I remember hearing one sentence that day, basically, except for things my babysitter was saying, like, "What was that noise?" Go look out the window.
Yeah.
I'm too short. I'm like, I can't see anything. She looks out the window. She's like, Jesus Christ, because she sees like the whole thing. Anyway, what I remember though, we're on the doorstep outside of our house. She's putting me in my stroller facing uptown so I can't see. And everyone on the street, I think at that point we thought it was a fire. Everyone on the doorstep to our building is like looking, and there was a toy store in the building, in the basement of one of the buildings. And I remember hearing this woman go, "Oh my God, the fire, the toy store. I was going to go there later to buy my daughter an Easy Bake Oven."
That's the sentence.
And I remember being like that's when the reality of it hit me. I was like, that is so sad. Like 3.5, I was like,
there's nothing worse than not being
her daughter can't get an Easy Bake Oven from the toy store. I was like, something's happening at the toy store.
You're like, this is serious.
I was like, this is serious, guys. Yeah. This is serious.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. That is the sentence I remember from that day.
Being in the city, I guess like your introduction to comedy, were you going to stand-up shows? Were you seeing sketch perform? Like what?
No.
No. Were you watching?
No.
You weren't watching.
I'm severely underwatched.
Okay.
Were you doing like theater?
Reading? Yeah. What were you doing?
Okay. So here's how I got into everything. So from when I was a child, I was like, writing little stories and whatever. But I didn't understand theater. Like when in the school plays, I thought it was about reading good. Like get up there and you're like, once upon a time there was, like you have to read your lines like well. And I thought it was about sort of reading comprehension and public speaking.
I mean,
basically.
it absolutely was at that
And
age,
it was.
by the way.
But so then I would get like the bad parts, like Ugly Duckling number 3, whatever.
Yeah.
And then summer camp, went to a day camp in New Jersey because you got to get out of the city.
Yeah.
When you're a city kid, your parents are like,
where in the city?
Touch grass.
Where I guess you were in
Tribeca, and then after 9/11, we moved to like Yorkville, like the Upper East Side, like towards the East River.
Beautiful.
And when your parents raise you and your child in the city, in the summer, they're like, please, like, learn about trees, you know, because you don't know anything. So I took a little bus to New Jersey and would, like, play soccer at this place. And basically, there were electives at camp, and one year they had a musical, and it was Peter Pan, and my friends were like, we want to do the musical. And I was like, I want to do go-karts. But I wanted to be with my friends in their electives, so they were like, just try out for the musical with us. So then we tried out for Peter Pan, and it was in that moment, I was 9 years old, it's in that moment, summer before 4th grade, I guess, that I was like, or summer before 5th grade, I was like, oh, acting is about entertaining the audience. And because I was auditioning for Smee, which is like the little drunk pirate, and so I was
supernatural for you at that age. That was like
I was like, what if I just made the adults like laugh in my audition? So I started like swaying around and like did a little voice. They're cracking up. I get the part. Captain Hook, he's hot, by the way. At this point I go to an all-girls school, so I'm like, oh, wooga, you know?
Ooh, hubba hubba.
Yeah. His name was Aiden, I think, or like
shout out
Aiden,
Aiden,
like something like that.
Yeah,
he was
hot name.
so hot.
Hot name.
Can't find him though online.
Okay.
In the years since I tried, but regardless, he was the Captain Hook to my Smee. And basically, that's when I realized like acting is about. Especially because I was a comedic character in that, I was like, let me make the audience laugh.
Cool.
And it was absolutely electric. Absolutely electric. And then I got feedback. The counselors were like, that was really funny. You were good. Like, you should be an actor. I was like, okay.
How good does that feel?
Then I shall.
That
when you're
moment.
9 and someone goes, you're natural. You should
when
be
you're
an actor.
when you're 29 and someone
my
goes,
God. You should be an actor. It's like the greatest compliment ever.
it's like, oh, really? Like, wait, like, what do you?
Okay.
You're like, no, that's not an option.
I've never
right?
thought about that. You know.
So I went back to school, 5th grade, and I was like, I'm an actor.
Cool.
And I was like, gonna do all
I'm
the
an
school
actor now.
plays. I'm an actor now. And I took it very seriously, middle school, high school. So I wanted to be an actor since I was 9.
Okay.
And I knew that. And then senior year of high school, I wanted to act in a movie, but no one was making movies.
Yeah.
Apparently, Wes Anderson came to.
I could so see you, and I said, "Wow,
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's my
You
fucking
know,
dream.
Yorgos came to our school.
really?
Yep.
That's gnarly.
Yep.
When did you try?
I auditioned.
Yeah, try out audition.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't get it.
For
I'm
what? Which
sorry.
one?
Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Damn, that would have been cool.
I know.
Oh, you said this before.
Yeah.
On the pod. Yeah.
Just like you're always talking about this.
Yeah.
Like,
She hasn't.
you
heard
know, I
this,
could have been in Killing
Yeah,
of a
was this
Sacred
for,
Deer.
it's
what was
like a
this for?
running thing.
Moonrise, or is this for
Moonrise Kingdom.
I was
My-
gonna say,
like one of
look,
my all-time
you
favorite
have-
movies.
yeah.
Thank you.
You have it.
He definitely went to
could've-
Connecticut or something. It was probably.
So I went to an all-girls school, and then for high school I went to a co-ed school. But that co-ed school, Trinity, was also a K through 12 school. He went to that school to scout like the 7th graders, like my year when I was in 7th grade. But I was at the all-girls school to look for like those kids.
You just missed it.
Missed it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That would have. I
love
mean, that would have
that
changed
movie.
everything. That would have.
Changed everything.
Moonrise. Oh my god, that's such a good movie.
What if we just called it Kingdom? I mean, Kingdom.
Yeah, Kingdom.
To be in Kingdom.
Kingdom is crazy.
Alien Kingdom.
Kingdom went hard.
Yeah.
I did a recreation of probably my first film I ever made was I recreated Moonrise Kingdom at summer camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Was this a recurring summer camp that you would go to every
This was
year?
a different summer camp.
Okay.
This
got
was
it.
an arts camp.
Did you
Awesome.
have, because there's usually a pattern of comedic filmmakers, like they're funny people that when they start getting into film, they think they have to be very serious and dramatic or very like, and so they make because it's very serious and like film is very serious and you have to be very
We
real
talked to
and
Maria
raw.
about this. Do you
But then,
remember that?
but it's a very real thing of like it's like, no, comedy's like, but then you kind of find your way back of like, what am I doing? Like, are you kidding?
Totally.
Yeah.
Did you have a moment like that early on?
I would say, so I knew I wanted to be a director when in senior year of high school for an English class, we had to make a project based on like Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude.
Sure.
Okay.
Are you yawning? You want some of my coffee?
No. I
You
just
yawn?
that title makes me yawn.
Do you want some Adderall?
No, I'm good. I'm chilling. Thank you though. I know where to turn to.
Whoa.
If you don't have a prescription, get the fuck away from me with that. Okay, sorry. So basically, we made these projects, and I decided I was gonna make a film so that I could act in it.
Okay.
And meanwhile, I started directing this little short film. I became obsessed. I spent like 80 hours on this project, all-nighters editing it, and I realized like, oh shit, I love directing as much as I love acting. Like just became obsessed with making this project, and that one, it was probably the only like really serious film I ever made. It was like experimental. Like I was using the soundtrack from The Social Network.
Oh yeah.
Like
wow.
Yeah.
but like the scary parts, and it was so. But because of that, I was like, I gotta make films. So then I went to college, was an English major. I went to Stanford. There was not really like a good film production program there.
Okay.
So then I made a short film with my friends on campus, and I starred in it, wrote it.
Stanford education.
Yeah, and I directed it, and that one we went to comedy. We went right to comedy,
interesting.
and since then, So I did like a campy thing. It was called the Ice Queen Society, and it is online, like publicly available. It's actually like kind of holds up.
We'll link it.
Yeah. Okay. It turned into like a cult classic on the Stanford campus because nobody else was making movies, and it was like a 30-minute movie about like a girl that starts a secret society on her college campus. They meet in the women's bathroom stall with the goal of breaking as many boys' hearts as possible, called the Ice Queen Society. It's like a feminist revenge fantasy, and they were matching juicy tracksuits.
Oh my god!
And it's like very campy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see how this could be like a cult classic.
Is that what you submitted to AFI?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Too technically like poorly done.
Okay.
To submit to AFI was the first, like, it was kind of that was really like the first actual short film I made.
How so let's talk about it. That was your first actual short.
Yeah.
Like how was that experience being on a set with friends? It sounds like the first one you did, the very experimental one with the Social Network score, that seemed very probably alone or
this feels more authentic to you, or at least what you like to write about, and
like I considered this one like my first ever scrappy film. I think we did like Kickstarter, $5,000, shot several different weekends during the spring quarter. So basically booked out, I think like 5 or 6 weekends. And then so instead of like people would be going to parties and like going to the football games, or not, that's not football season. I don't know. Anyway, then we would just be like, we're making our film. Shot on campus, no permission, like not an ounce of permission. Like stole shots everywhere.
They don't have a film program or any sort of like, is it like a film studies
academic,
like
exactly?
Yes.
So it's like a lot of film studies, and then I think they do have a film production major, but at least when I was there, it was not very robust. Like it was not about making projects. So I was just an English major. But what's really fun is that a lot of my friends that I made that with, like, are still making movies today. And some of my friends who acted in the Ice Queen Society, one of them acted in it for the first time, one of my best friends, and he is now like an actor. Like that's why he wanted to be an actor.
That's cool.
And so like the cinematographer is like still cinematographer. So yeah, we kind of all like caught the bug, and it was like addictive.
How'd you find those kids? Was that a friend group? Was that just
it was a friend group, but like kind of all in different grades, and it was just people who had shown interest in like.
But was it like you met in class, like in different classes?
Yeah, I met a lot of them in a film studies class.
There you go. Okay.
There you go.
Do you like that side of film as well? Like what film studies was it more on like the history side of things and like watching old films and like analyzing or talking about them? Or
I do like that side of things for sure. Yes, I'm definitely a nerd for that. I took a class in senior year that was like feminist film studies, and I ate that shit up.
So that, because I know you said you weren't the most watched coming up, I assume then at Stanford you really probably consumed a bunch. No. Oh, interesting.
I'm still severely underwatched.
Do you feel a
curiosity
yearn to or curiosity to? Or
of course.
You do.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am like constantly working on it.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of embarrassing, some of the movies I haven't seen. But it's low key cool. I'm rebranding it as cool.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I know a ton of actors. I'm just pointing at you because you're an actor, but I know a good amount of actors that take pride in not watching a bunch of movies. You know?
I don't know if you should take pride in that.
No, maybe not take pride in, but they're just like I don't watch a lot of movies. You know?
I'm not like doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot of people who like grew up and they're like, I'm a freaking movie nerd. And I was doing my homework.
I didn't I didn't grow up like that either. I mean, I watch a lot of TV. I would say I'm more versed in TV. It's what you choose to spend your time doing, you know?
Totally.
Want to know some of the craziest movies I haven't seen?
Yeah.
Sure.
List them off.
And then we can say if we've seen them.
Yeah, okay.
You will have seen them because I'm listing things that it's like
but
okay.
you know.
All right. Fight Club, never seen it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Apocalypse Now, never seen it.
Okay.
Don't do the.
You want to know the craziest one?
And
this one is like, I really need to watch it like soon, and I know I love it. I've only seen part of it. Pulp Fiction.
Oh my god.
Isn't that actually crazy?
Like you turned it on and you're like, wait a second.
No, I just like only saw part of it in like a class or something. I was like, all right, I got it.
Yeah. Wait, more.
Why don't you hit me with some? I'll tell you.
Like big movies?
Yeah.
What about like Nemo or something?
Of course.
Okay, so you've seen.
Yeah, but what I think about here is like you are a successful filmmaker.
You have to play catch up.
Yeah,
because the
but it's
movies
like-
happen before you were born.
There's so many.
Exactly.
movies to
You're
watch.
like in the biz, a successful filmmaker. You like nobody would see Teen Mary and be like, well, she clearly hasn't seen Fight Club. You know, like, that's not.
She never.
Yeah. That's not like.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Like I would never like knock someone down for that.
And I kind of like to talk about it because I think especially like it breaks down this film bro culture.
Yeah.
Of like,
Yes.
you never seen Fight Club?
And well, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in like a conversation at AFI or with a bunch of
I'm
film
sure.
people?
I'm like,
where they've been talking about Fight Club and you're like, oh yeah, totally. Like,
No. So what I love to do.
what do you do? Because I do that all the time. If it's like, half of this industry is just pretending that you've seen stuff. I swear to God.
I have one of my favorite like things to think about ever in stories is The Emperor's New Clothes. In The Emperor's New Clothes,
the book, Emperor's New Clothes.
The classic story.
Like the fairy tale almost.
A sewer comes to town and says
You're right
to
when
the
you said
emperor,
yeah.
a seamster.
Yeah. Stir.
A seamster comes to town and says to the emperor, I'm gonna make you an outfit made of the finest silk. It is magic, and only the smartest people can see this outfit. If you can't see it, it means you're an idiot. And the king's like, I'm gonna give you a lot of money to make this amazing. Let's do it. Yeah. The seamster doesn't do anything, takes the money, and presents the king with absolutely nothing, and is like I said, isn't it beautiful? Only like geniuses, like, and people who are smart can see this outfit, and and then the king goes on a parade in town and is wearing absolutely nothing, is completely naked, and the whole crowd is like told that, if you can't see this outfit, it means like you're an idiot. And so they're all pretending. They're like, oh, isn't it beautiful? Wow. I mean, look at that outfit. It's amazing. And then this little kid points at him and is like, but he's not wearing anything. He's not wearing any clothes. He's naked. And it breaks like the lie. And everyone is like, okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you know what? No, this is bullshit. He's naked. And so I'm kind of that kid. So I like to...
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like to just call out the bullshit. And I don't know why I'm like this.
So you'll be like, okay, who's your favorite character then? Like if you think someone's like bullshitting about
I'm not gonna
not having seen Fight Club?
I'm not gonna necessarily like poke holes in someone else's story if they're just trying to stay afloat. But I'm not gonna just pretend. So I'll literally be like, never seen it. Boy movie. I'll literally go boy movie.
Boy movie.
Like to call something that's critically acclaimed, a boy movie, is actually really powerful.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we need more of that in the industry, too.
And then I'll be like, have you
Genuinely.
seen Confessions of a Shopaholic?
No.
And I'll be like, have you seen But I'm a Cheerleader?
Uh-uh.
Well,
Yeah.
then talk to me when you've seen that.
You've seen
Right.
both of those?
No, I have not. I have not. But I understand the type of thing.
Right.
Like, these things culturally impacted you,
Yes.
and made you into who you are. And you are capable of being influenced by that, making something that the Fight Club bros can like and watch.
Yeah. And I do want to arm myself with the knowledge of having seen all these movies. You don't think I'm at home looking at, the list of the top 100 movies and like being like, you gotta get through these, Allie. Like, I am. I'm worried about it. I'm worried about it. It's keeping me up at night. But I'm just saying.
Do you watch like a bunch of movies now? Like, are you watching?
I'm trying. I have like a.
You have like a long list. You have a scroll.
I have like
Everybody will always have a long list.
It's true. It's
You know?
impossible. It's impossible to get through.
I'm trying to work on like, I think part of like so I have OCD and like this perfectionism thing where I go, I have to be in the right frame of mind to watch this movie.
Yeah.
So I'm not ever throwing a movie on.
True.
I've done that twice in my life. Like, I'm like, well, if I'm gonna watch Apocalypse Now, I better be well rested.
Yeah.
Paying attention,
Yeah.
like da-da-da.
Yeah.
And it's so then I miss out on watching movies because I don't think I can watch them well. So my mission lately is to just throw something on, even if I'm tired, or maybe look at my phone or whatever.
Yeah, I've found that because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But I've since turned to the Arrow, right? Like the Cinematheque Theater, or like certain theaters that are doing
Totally.
retrospectives, or like they're playing Apocalypse Now.
That's good.
On Wednesday,
Yes.
and it's like, oh, maybe I will go see it. In
Yes.
70 mil, like whatever, like, and it gives you kind of like a. I don't know, not a reason to, but you kind of naturally,
That's
it's like
the
I'm
whole
waiting
point
in
of
line, and
theaters,
like
though,
now
isn't
you're
it?
there,
Like,
you're with people.
Go for the experience of
100%.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Totally.
what's playing at Vidiots, what's playing
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. On the east
Exactly.
side.
What's that newsletter we all get every week?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's it called? Do you know what I mean? Though?
The one with
It's-
all the local
Yeah, yeah,
theaters?
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Is that an
Yeah.
East Side thing?
I don't know. I feel like Arrow's on it.
Arrow's on it.
There's a Cinematheque newsletter?
It's like, but it's
It's also a website. I've seen
I don't
it.
know.
the name
I've
is
seen it.
escaping me right now.
I gotta check
But
that
yes,
out.
you're completely right. Of like, or we're all talking about this thing of like, you don't need the perfect sort of scenario to watch the movie.
Right.
Like just flip it on. I think we need to be more used to that, or make an event out of it.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
think is
Yeah.
the best way, and why theaters are so amazing. Like,
Totally.
yeah.
100%.
And these retrospectives are interesting, and like for the most part, I don't know, like you might meet some people there. You'll see a friend there that's like, oh my gosh, you're here too.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's fun, like you said, kind of eventize it.
Yeah.
With Teen Mary,
Yes.
I want to ask about your process.
Yeah.
As a director. Are you turning to films to comp, or are you very much like, I'm gonna beat this out in my head and then like get it on paper and do the whole thing? Like what is your process in the early stages of production, or I guess in ideation?
I'm totally turning to films
You are, okay.
to comp. And I don't know, like, comp means comparison, and it's like a reference for your film,
Yeah.
just so we don't.
And while we're explaining
Yeah.
things, do you want to give us like a little one sentence? What is Teen Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do
So
it.
Teen Mary is my thesis film that I made at AFI Conservatory, which is the American Film Institute Conservatory. It's a film school. It's a 2-year MFA program in Los Angeles, California, and is very intense, in person. You get split into disciplines: directors, cinematographers, writers, editors, production designers, producers. I was in the directing program, and at the end of the 2 years, you make your thesis film. So I wrote and directed this film. It is 20 minutes long, and it is like now my calling card for going into the industry. It got me representation. It's what I've been taking to festivals, what I took to the 50/50 festival. And it's like the thing that I send out to be like, this is me as a director. Like, according to the world, like, I never made anything before that, which is not true,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
like the
That's how
thing
it
that I
goes.
show.
Yeah. Calling, like you said, the calling card.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it is a retelling of the story of the Virgin Mary. So it takes place in 5 months BC in ancient Nazareth, full biblical set, costumes, but speaking in modern dialogue. And it is about the Virgin Mary, except that she's just a 15-year-old teenage girl. She's not a virgin, and Joseph is her gay best friend. And they realize the town has run out of people to stone, and they're up next. They're going to be killed for their sexual transgressions. She's knocked up, not married. He's gay, hooking up with a Roman soldier. And they have to come up with a way to convince the town not to kill them. And they decide to convince the town that Mary's pregnant with the Messiah.
And she is. Maybe at the end, right?
Yeah, well, hey, okay, don't give it away.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And it's a comedy, and it's a fresh take on a story that everybody knows to some extent.
And it turns out she I won't.
Luke!
Yeah.
She. What is she? Is she today?
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
let's take it back. So
process.
the
By the way,
process.
that was an awesome pitch.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm sold.
Thank you. I mean, officially,
You've-
300, 500 times. I don't even know.
Have you developed that sort of like 2-sentence shtick over time?
I guess, but like a long time ago.
It's been refined
back
probably
in
like
there.
unconsciously.
That's when it happens. Is you forget it. You know, you do it so many times. You learn it. You forget it.
Yeah.
And then you're like a master of it.
Totally.
Right.
You know, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Like, I don't know if I could describe it in a different way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That would kind of be a fun exercise.
Yeah.
How to describe it without saying any of the words I usually say.
Yeah.
like taboo.
A young lady
Yeah.
in a different
So were you watching
period.
a bunch of
So
teenage?
some of
what
my
are your
reference
reference points?
films.
Yeah.
So Life of Brian was a big reference for me, and I actually had not seen Life of Brian before I made Teen Mary. What's funny is when I pitched, so Life of Brian is made by the Monty Python guys.
Oh yeah.
So they made Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and they made Life of Brian, which is the same Monty Python tone, you know, the modern dialogue, the British jokes, whatever, except it takes place in the time of Jesus, and it's just about this guy named Brian. And through a mishap, basically people start thinking he's the Messiah, and he gains this like cult following in the ancient world, but he's just a regular guy and he like doesn't want the attention.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So imagine I come up with this idea. I've never even heard of that movie. And then I'm pitching to the AFI faculty because they have to like approve the project,
Okay.
which was a little hard because some of them were real into it. Others
Not so much.
were very
Wow.
angry, scared.
Really?
Yes.
Why do I guess
Being
is
the
AFI
religious institution that AFI is.
Well, but they put their
names
logo
on-
is on the thing,
Right.
Yeah.
They're legally, I mean, their ass is on the line.
Yeah.
Do they own those thesis films?
They technically own the film, but I own the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Like if you were to, if that was a,
If you were to
proof,
make
you
it
could,
into a
you would
movie.
own the feature.
yes.
They just own that
and I am
20
turning
minute.
it into something else,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just own like that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Interesting.
But if we sell it, our team still gets the money or something like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
It only helps them, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a win-win.
So a teacher was like, have you ever thought about just maybe not doing this? I said, what do you mean? We're in like a paneled wood room. Like we dressed up, the full like board and faculty is in front of us. And we're like, this is our plan for the thesis project. And some teachers are like, hell yeah. And this one guy's like, have you ever thought about maybe not doing this? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, it just seems pretty disrespectful and potentially dangerous. Our name is on the line. I mean, you could get killed for this.
What?
You could get death threats. You could get killed for this if you thought about security. I mean, really, why do this? Why even do this?
And what's your
said-
answer?
Well, I said, well, we're not just doing this to punch down or, you know, just to be shock jocks. I'm making this film because I believe that the worship of the Virgin Mary as this figure that is pious, obedient, subservient, and somehow a virgin, but also a mother, has led to a stigmatization of female sexuality, and that's not okay with me. And I think religion can be beautiful, but not when it's used to like oppress women and gay people. So we actually have something that we're trying to say with this. We're not just doing this satire like to be mean or funny. We're trying to say something about the danger of religion to oppress people. And so I think that is worth it. And I think that films that, if you're not taking a risk with your film, why make it? Like,
Absolutely.
I'd be willing to die for this. Like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm. And what did he say?
He gave you the green light. Yeah.
Just saying, you should think about security. It's like, well, okay, then I'm sure we'll budget that in. Like, something like that. And then...
What does security even mean? Like, on set or during festival? Like, what?
Yeah, I guess like bodyguard or something. Now,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
will say...
You gotta do that. Yeah.
Like... in terms of a short film at festivals, like, I knew that it wouldn't really be a problem because, like, what Christian fundamentalists are visiting, like, film festivals? Do you know what I mean? It's just a slightly different culture.
Yeah.
However, I will say,
we
like...
disinvite the Christian fundamentalists for 50-50 now? Or?
I don't know.
Yeah. I will say, though, in playing in certain places... Like, it also hasn't really played, like, places that... It's played in mostly liberal places. Mm-hmm. But... I will say, like, a couple times the reaction's been a little different. Like, we played at the Miami Film Festival, and, like, I'm there and I'm realizing, like, oh, people here are, like, mad Catholic. Mm-hmm. And they all have, like, gold crosses. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of, like, silence in the audience, I would say. Mm-hmm. But then at the end, because the end is, like, pretty spiritual, the end of the film is pretty spiritual and, like, basically, I don't know, it affirms the existence of Jesus pretty much while still agreeing that Mary was a slut. Like, then people sigh of relief. From the Catholics in the house.
You got both sides.
We'll be right back.
Are you sick and tired of spending months on short films that get seen by just your uncle? Are you sad and bored of editing all the time and all that footage for just 10 views? Well, now's the time to change that. Submissions for the 50/50 Comedy Fest are open now. Get your work seen by professionals who can actually advance your filmmaking career, not your uncle. Unless your uncle happens to be at a top-tier talent agency like CAA, UTA, or WME. Check out the episode description for the submission link, or head to filmfreeway.com and search for 50/50 comedy. 50/50 comedy is on May 3rd. Submitting to 50/50 comedy may lead to money, fame, fast cars, boats, planes, helicopters, cybertrucks, and lifelong friendships. 50/50 comedy is on May 3rd. We look forward to seeing you there at 50/50 comedy May 3rd. Your uncle is not invited unless he works at a top-tier talent agency like CAA, UTA, WME. May 3rd, 50/50 comedy May 3rd. 50/50 comedy May 3rd. We look forward to watching your comedic short film, May 3rd. I was going to say, like, someone who might not laugh at that film can still, like, there's a story there, too, with heart.
Right.
You know? Like, it's a, although, like, the humor is the core of it, obviously. But I can understand, like, that sigh of relief is, like, because that you have that. Again, like you said, you're coming from a very, like, you set out with a mission, like with a real message with that film. You weren't just going in trying to bash something because it's funny or trying to be mean. Like, it's, you know? But good for you for, like, even having those experiences, you know, and like seeing that. That's, like, quite, I think, rare and unique for young filmmakers to have to go through.
Thanks.
You know?
And all credit to that teacher who said those things originally. He finally saw the finished product. And it was a really big moment for me because I was like, what's he going to think? Yeah. And he was like, that was actually very well done. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I was just worried that you would try to do this risky thing and that you would do it badly. But, like, you did it well. And so it's actually good now. And, like, it's still risky business, but, like, I stand corrected, and it was very full circle.
And I think that we were talking about how 50/50 was kind of elevated by that film and the festival. And I think that to me,
so interesting
that spiel that you said to the guy who was sort of, you know, pushing back against your pitch, that in and of itself is like kind of what separates it from being just like a satire sketch, right? And it makes it into like an actual like concept and an actual short film. And I'm curious because we've sort of touched on like the ideating part of it.
Yeah.
At what point I'm always curious with filmmakers, like at what point, because was it the concept first and you don't really know why you have this idea, but there's something in you that's like, oh, this could be fun and this could be powerful. And at what point do you have like the sort of words to say that spiel, you know?
Yeah, really good question. I remember sitting in a library, like at home in New York City over winter break, my first year of AFI. We were supposed to like come up with some ideas for our thesis when we got back. And so I was sitting there brainstorming, and I was kind of doing like stream of consciousness brainstorming, just like writing down words that are interesting to me and like concepts that are interesting to me. I'm like, okay, I know I'm interested in like virginity and like female sexuality and like all this stuff. And then I started writing down some ideas, and that one came to me. I just said Virgin Mary, but she's not a virgin. Like, I think that's what I wrote down. Virgin Mary made it up, basically, which I've always sort of thought about and wondered about. And some feeling came over me that was like, I was exhilarated. It was like I was struck by lightning. Like, I felt like full of like I was like breathless, and I felt like
You got to do it.
I had to do it. And then there was a little instinct to try to shut that down where I was like, no, you can't do that. That's not appropriate. You can't. And then I said, I have to. And I just knew, like, I just had a feeling in my body. And I think that's something I look for. Like, I look for this feeling of inspiration that, like, strikes me sometimes where I get, like, restless and I can't, like, sleep. Like, I won't be able to sleep thinking about something. Like, I'll feel, like, it's hard to describe, but, like, I'll actually feel, like, adrenaline, like, running through my body thinking about an idea. And when I have that, I know, like, that there's something there and I have to get it out. And I might not know why, but I did kind of already know why with that idea, because I was like, yeah, what if she made it up? I knew that would give her this power that, like, she doesn't have. Like, instead of it being this thing that happened to her, it's this girl that changed the course of history.
Totally.
And then because of the process of AFI, we had to write these director's statements where we had to sit down and come up with the words to describe why. Yeah. And I think that's something that everyone should do really for every project.
Yeah, we have not touched on that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You have to have the why.
Because pitching yourself is really tough and awkward. Like, pitching a project is one thing, and like knowing a log line, you know, and the synopsis or where the story's gonna go or your characters or why you're doing it, like the message, but like, okay, but like, what about you? Yeah. And it's like, you know what I mean? And it's, you kind of piece that together, and it takes time. That's a real skill in itself too.
And it's a good practice when you're up against that board and that, you know, the wooden room or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that is stuff in the industry, right? When people take out a project, every time you're pitching it to someone, you're like, oh, this is a question that they asked. Let me incorporate it into the pitch next time.
Absolutely.
You know, so like that, by him getting you to say that, I'm sure you were like, okay, this is an essential part of it, and this is the mission. Let's incorporate it in that pitch more.
Yeah.
And maybe not just the mission of this project, but of like, Ali, feel so deeply
like
about
your statement
this,
as a filmmaker.
This
there we go.
thematic core that like, maybe this is what I want to touch on going forward. You know,
we had this class at AFI taught by this guy, Rob Spera. He's an amazing director and teacher and mentor. And he basically just like lit the fire under the asses of like our entire directing class. And he had this class where it was like, it was talking about the year beyond AFI and like pitching yourself as a director. And as part of it, we had to get really deep and think about like our past and basically why we are who we are and what is our core thing that we want to talk about.
Cool.
And I forget what he called it, what's your Achilles heel? Like, what's like this original, like maybe wound that happened to you that kind of created what you need to talk about in your work? And I already kind of knew what it was, but then as a result of that class, we had to put it into words. And so you learn kind of what your thematic through line is for all your work. And ultimately mine is is basically about like female sexuality, and it's about using comedy to dismantle shame.
Yeah.
And that's because I went to an all-girls school. I didn't have any brothers or whatever. I didn't know any boys. So I literally did not know what sex was until sex ed in 6th grade, like right before I was about to like get my period for the first time. And then it was like, you're going to get fucked and you're going to bleed and you're going to be a sexual object. And I was like, and so also growing up in New York and like men start like going like, on the street when you're literally 13 and a half. It's like, okay, this is awful. And I just was like, all of a sudden, like, I'm scared. The world is about sex. And I didn't even know that. And like,
so you just
it was a loss of innocence moment where it was like, everything's fine in the world is beautiful. And then it was like, there's this secret thing, sex, and it's been everywhere. And it's like, and no one was telling you about it because it's bad. And it was a secret and we all knew and you didn't know. And it was like, cool, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I developed this thing with my vagina where I would not open it. Couldn't put in a tampon or anything called vaginismus. And so basically the fear of like being a woman in the world wormed its way into my very psyche and being and caused actual panic physical pain in my body that I didn't get over till I was 22 and had to go to a special place for. And so my journey with sex and sexuality as a woman, like, not to mention nobody talks about like girls masturbating or anything, like everything just felt like I'm an awful monster. Like, it's like, can we just talk about this? Like, our society doesn't treat sex as a normal thing. It treats it as like, shh. It's like, and then when you're a child, obviously, like, you shouldn't be doing anything. But, like, when you don't even know that exists and you're not told about it in, like, normal terms that make it seem safe, you're obviously going to be terrified, like, even when you grow up.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then I went to a co-ed school for high school. I walk in. I went to an all-girls school before, so I'm very like, hey, what's up? I'm Allie. I'm going to be the star of the class. Raise my hand. And, like, I'm in the student lounge, and the boys are like, wait, can you touch your elbows together in front of your chest? Like, people can't really do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, wait, lean over a little. Like, it's just like sick. Like, yeah.
I've never heard that.
Freshman year.
That must be some New York.
Jesus,
that's like,
that's some New York shit, right?
They're like, wait, can you touch your elbows behind your back? Like, it's awful.
Like, wait, what am I doing?
What is elite private school in New York, boys. God. It's like a different breed of like
Jesus
not okay.
Christ,
But in freshman year, a boy told everyone when I was 14, a boy who I didn't even know told the whole soccer team that I sucked his dick. I had never even held his hand. It's messed up.
Yeah. Right. Did you find, I mean, because I'm imagining in that class where you're all crafting your sort of like artistic identity, was it harder for some people to find that? And I'm thinking specifically in the comedy space, right? Because a lot of comedians start off by just like, I think this is funny, so I'm going to start making this, you know, and they don't really like fully understand or do that sort of like introspection. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, what is that? Obviously, for you with the comedy space, it's an art of like diffusing or you know, whatever it is. Like you've been able to verbalize it, but do you think it's hard for people in the comedy space to figure out exactly why they find something funny? Or
it's very interesting. I don't know. It may also be because like I was an English major and like the whole training of like the message underneath the story, but I don't know. I mean, I sort of am an oversharer. I like to just say, let's get it out there. Let's talk about it. Like I said, I'm the kid who's like, the king is naked. Like, I'm trying to talk about the elephant in the room and be like, guys, let's not skirt around this. Periods. Okay. But for some people in comedy, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think.
I'm thinking out.
People are like, yeah, well, that's kind of funny. And it's like, well, why is it funny? And I think instead of ruining the joke, that like to explore it is maybe fun, but I don't know. Maybe that's hard.
I have a sort of like half-baked, like sort of reverse idea about like masculinity and stuff like that.
Let's get
I think about it in terms of like Tim Robinson, right? Like we all love him. We all love I Think You Should Leave as a sketch comedy show. And I think he's tapping into like this character that's like men are supposed to be so like sort of
I'm just laughing thinking about it.
But like,
so funny.
I thought about this like, a little bit. Men are supposed to be so uptight and like perfect in a lot of ways.
And just like not care.
Exactly.
Not care about things.
Okay, you're one step ahead of me. Not caring. And for someone to be like unapologetically like
so much.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like that is like sort of flipping it on its head, but that must be his artistic statement or whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Of like
that's a dude too that like he taught improv. Like he's been
totally
developing that comedy, that voice, and testing it. Like you do sketch, you perform, like you have that live reaction, you have an audience, you're testing things, you bomb, you don't bomb, like
he knows exactly what will work.
He's been doing this for years. Not that he knows exactly, he knows what works for him.
He was refining it at Second City.
Exactly.
And then as a writer on SNL.
Exactly.
And performer on SNL for years. Yeah, exactly. And now like that's a whole career of nailing down exactly what his statement is, what he knows is exactly funny, and like he made like the best sketch show of all time.
All that to say though, of like comedy filmmaker or whatever genre filmmaker artist in general, period, like it takes time to find your voice, and it also takes time on top of that to like put words to like explain or describe what that voice is,
Totally.
And so I assume, I don't want to assume for you, but like, do you feel like your thematic through line will evolve, or do you think that you right now in that, like, or was that, because I'm honestly personally curious about exercises that like the teacher or this professor would like, or like if there's one that like really stuck with you that like he had you guys do that was like really illuminating for that.
I'm not going to be able to remember it off the top of my head, but I can like send you what it was afterwards and we can like link it or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But I do think that
or was there one big takeaway of like, oh, here's a question I can ask myself?
it was like, find what is your original wound.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And that led people all sorts of places. I mean, it could be a very small moment about like that time that kid didn't let you play with them on the playground or something. And just this wanting to belong or something like that. I think when I make it more general, like using comedy to dismantle shame, that feels like almost better because it's broader, so more things could go
fall
with
under
that.
umbrella.
But I'm also very like idea based, and I have like 17 ideas for movies I want to make, like written down, and there are things that just come to me and they give me that feeling of like, oh my god,
Are you
this
writing?
is something.
Do you like writing? Yes.
Okay. Yes, and I'll get back to that like in a second, but not all of these ideas like go with this through line at all.
Totally.
And some of them are completely different things.
And people develop as an artist, right?
Exactly.
And in terms of wounds happen through all of life.
It's
right?
true.
So you can your way of reacting to those wounds through art, which is what we do, will change.
And not everything has to be your baby. Like the feature that I'm making is more like my baby, and it's more about these topics that we've talked about. It's a vaginismus road trip movie. It's like a sex comedy about female sexual dysfunction. It's kind of the vibe is like Superbad meets Girls Trip meets like Little Miss Sunshine.
Are you in production, or like where are you at in the process of this?
Pitching to companies.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
cool.
which has been really crazy and like exciting. And
is it refreshing to stop pitching Teen Mary?
Yeah, well, I haven't had to pitch Teen Mary in a long time.
But I guess like
Or
talk
like,
about
yeah,
it,
yeah,
take your mind
definitely,
off something
definitely.
else. Yeah.
And yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the wound is kind of the same.
Yeah.
The wound is the same.
Yeah.
So I could like the director's statement is
There's
the
overlap.
same.
Right.
Yeah.
The wound
But
is
it's
the same.
funny because then,
Yeah.
especially with like how personal projects get, I'll be
Yeah.
literally in like a boardroom in front of like male executives being like, and then my pussy didn't work.
Yeah.
And like they're like, totally, girl.
How has that pitching process been? Because this is also the first time you've really pitched something out to
Yes.
the town, right?
Yes,
How has that
definitely.
been? As much as you're comfortable, because I know it's a process, right?
Totally. I love being in the room. I love pitching.
You're a
because
performer,
I'm a
right?
performer.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly.
Great. Awesome.
And so that feels electric. I think what's harder is like in the waiting for the pitches to be set up. Like you send your script out to so many companies and, you know, you get passes. And I'm very proud of the script.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on it.
Did you write by yourself?
I wrote it by myself.
Yeah.
I did 8 passes of it with notes from my manager and from friends that I trust and everything. We did it until we felt like it was undeniable as like a first feature script.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go out. Do not be going out there with a first or second draft of your script and sending that to executives. Like, don't do that. You have one shot. You have one shot for your first project. Like, you have one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so, thankfully, I have a manager that's like very like, he's like, it's not there yet. It's not there yet.
great.
It's not there yet. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, it's a 7.5 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10. It's an 8.5 out of 10.
It's an 8. It's
out
back
of
to
10.
an 8 now.
Back okay, it's back to a 7.8.
Hey, we're at a 6
somehow.
now. Let's go.
It's a 4. I don't know what you did. And so then we finally got it where he was like,
It's ready to
I
send
think it's
out.
ready.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I thought it was ready. It wasn't like I was making changes like to make it what he wanted.
That's
it
a
to
whole
be.
conversation
The
itself
whole-
of like when is the
Yeah.
script ready
Yeah.
and with notes and all that. But
Right.
like, what did you have in that on that 8th draft? You're like, okay, because when you get so close to something, like
Yeah.
if I'm in an edit for 20, like I can't see the thing anymore.
Oh my God.
You know,
I had to step away
You
a
had to step
lot.
away. Yeah.
I had to.
Was this over a couple years you were writing that? Okay.
This was so I wrote it over like the first time I wrote it was over maybe like 9 months or something, and then I stepped away for a year.
Great.
Then
Yeah.
came back and over 8 more months did
Yeah.
like basically 8 page 1 rewrites. And
Wow.
because my first draft is 170 pages, you can't make a movie
Which is
like that.
too many for the record.
Yeah, for the record,
Too many.
it's like should be max 120, but mostly like for a comedy, like 90 pages.
What
Yeah,
are you at
please.
right now? What's the?
And now it's 109 pages.
Great.
It's fine. Get
Yeah.
it down to 100.
Okay, chill. Okay, chill.
That's what.
Okay,
yeah,
chill.
yeah, yeah,
It's been
yeah.
sent out
Yeah, yeah.
months ago.
And by the way, like I just for the 30,000 foot view, like as a writer, this is the job. You know,
Oh
the
my
job
God.
is not
It's
is
not
not
glamorous.
The job is not selling the script. The job
So,
is
It depends.
Okay, for sure.
Well, so it depends.
Right, but the job, like, I've found just working with writers and writing myself, like, to not drive yourself absolutely insane when you get passes, you need to consider it all part of the job. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
No, because like it's surprising to me. It's like this is my baby. I've worked so hard on it.
Yeah.
This is one that I'm directing. Like this is going to be my first feature, and I'm trying to go into production on it in 2026.
Yeah.
So we have preliminary budget, we have preliminary shooting schedule, and we're trying to attach producers. But we're gonna go. I have a deadline because I'm so tired of waiting.
Great. Yeah.
I'm so tired of waiting.
Yeah.
I have a deadline for basically end of March where my manager knows that like we're getting crafty. I'm literally going to like rich gynecologists and asking them for money like because I don't want to wait for permission to make this. This is my first feature, and especially due to the subject matter, it's very like there are a lot of companies that have been like, "Oh my God, this is hilarious," but like it's a little left of center for us because it's like a female sex comedy where it's about like a girl whose pussy doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so,
Shiva Baby.
yeah,
Do you like that movie? Are those girls behind it? They
love those girls behind it.
You should. I don't know, but they had a similar situation. Maybe if March comes, and they ended up really pushing for hitting everyone they've ever met.
Yep.
In terms of raising money. And it worked out. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
just super. Obviously, it's one location for them, or it was a couple, whatever. But like,
I know it sucks because mine is
but it's a road trip. Like, it's
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
you know.
Can figure it out.
Yeah. But that could be, just I don't
Exactly.
know if you.
We've
We're
talked,
going,
we've
like, boom, boom, boom,
totally.
boom,
We've
boom,
talked
boom.
on the show,
Yeah.
like we talked with Jack Lawrence Mayer, who
Yeah,
was talking about.
totally.
He was talking. I mean, he produced, and he's like an indie producer, right? Where he has to figure out really crafty ways to find out money. And I think he was producing it for this writer director who was like part of this, like this, it wasn't a support group. It was like some sort of like, female business association or something like that. And he was like, just talk to every single person in that group.
Literally. Wow.
And they all she got like $100K from whatever.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's like you kind of, the gynecologist route is like a great route.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be really
Gotta
crafty
hustle,
with it.
which
and figure out a great partner to do it with, because we were
Exactly.
talking even off air about how, you producing is not like the thing you want to be doing someday. You're more so a director. So figuring out what sort of partner to do that with.
Yeah. So it's been a process of, it's been a long process.
Yeah.
It's a hurry up and wait situation, because it was very much like, gotta get the script ready to go out there, but not till it's ready, but like
Yeah.
And 8 passes, like we finally send it out in late September to a bunch of different companies, and we still haven't heard back from some, and that's like normal.
Yeah.
And it's as we speak February.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And gotten a lot of passes. Some of my favorite a lot of nice passes. A lot of passes that have turned into meetings, which is
Cool.
awesome.
Exactly. I was going to say, like, now they know your voice as a writer.
They go,
which when they
this
have,
one's not for us, but can we? What else are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
let's meet you. Let's know who you are.
Right.
Make sure
Yeah.
you're not like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like, and now we know Allie, and she's
What
on.
do you like put on a suit? What do you do? You put on a top
You're wearing,
hat?
yeah. Are you
Like
wearing a 3-piece suit or?
I want more
a
3-piece
tuxedo?
suits.
Yeah.
I have a Pinterest board called Generals.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like a lot of like, sort of, I want my vibe in Generals to be kind of like, I'm coming in with flared pink corduroys and like a cool 70s top. You guys watching The Studio?
Yeah.
You know what Quinn in The Studio wears?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Her fits are fire.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's kind of what I'm trying to wear, is like a sort of
Perfect.
70s businesswoman kind of look.
Well, you should tag that too if you're cool with sharing that. Like in the
My
description.
Pinterest board for
Oh my
Generals.
God, that's so fun.
That's an awesome.
That's
That's
actually
so
so
Well,
sick.
we're talking about the future. We got the project. We got all
that project's
all
called
these
Virgin
things.
Child of the Universe.
Virgin Child of the Universe, and
Right.
we also have spoken about where you're from, how you've made your way, and Stanford and AFI and these films in between. The question we ask all of our guests at the end of the episode, very simply, what is the dream?
My hand, guys. Hold my hand.
What's the dream, Allie?
What's the dream?
This is gonna be tough.
Besides being on this show and
To be
everything.
Yeah.
right here with you guys right now.
That's that. Thank you.
The dream. The dream. The dream is to be a writer-director who acts in my own stuff, but more so other people's stuff.
Okay.
I never want to lose the fact that I'm an actor, which has been taking a backseat over the past couple years. However, I've also realized that the way that I like to direct is so kind of like, I gotta be behind the camera. So I don't know how I could like star in my own stuff. Although that was my original dream, was kind of the, sorry, but I can say it because I'm a girl, the kind of Woody Allen, like Greta Gerwig, like Taika Waititi way of doing things.
Yeah.
Like these are my, Mel Brooks. Love him.
Yeah.
That was gonna be so loud for you guys.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. I'm gonna take that down. Or just leave it. And the dream, oh my God, I sent Mel Brooks' office a letter begging him to watch Teen Mary. I just really want him to watch it before he dies.
Yeah.
Guys, if you can get my movie to Mel Brooks,
That's
I'll
actually
pay
so
you
true.
That's a
$200.
That's a great. Yeah.
$200.
That's a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can everybody tag Mel Brooks?
Tag Mel in the
down?
comments
Tag Mel
below.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mel, hang in there. Okay. He's still old, you guys. He's 98. Come on.
He has to watch. Teen
He's
Mary.
but that youthful energy.
I know. He's so
Come
youthful.
on.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Wait, but
so
she's still,
the
she's still
dream.
gone.
The dream.
Dick Van Dyke is really old too.
Oh God,
Yeah,
love.
over 100s. Talk about
Whoa.
I'm actually not going to talk about it.
What are you gonna talk about?
Centenarian,
Centenarian.
Cent-
Very
yeah,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
Centenarian.
Yeah.
Talk about centenarians.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about centenarian.
Okay, so
talk
as
about
far as the
centipedes.
dream goes,
So as far as the dream goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do I want to act in my own stuff? Yeah. Am I gonna act in my feature? I'm gonna give myself a cameo, this small role at the end. because I don't know if I can be the maker.
Yeah.
Because I want to like focus. So the dream is to be a writer, director, actor. And the dream is to work with people that I love and people who are my friends. And the dream is to make movies. Now I'm turning Teen Mary into a TV show. I'm developing it as a TV show with a Canadian company. I'm very excited. I've written a pilot. We're doing the series Bible right now. We're going to start pitching that. Yeah. So could be a little in the TV world. I like to have a story be finished, so I like to be in movies. Like, that's what most of my ideas are for. But I want to make things that are making people laugh, that are... Listen, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I am gonna ultimately be... If there's an apocalypse, I'm, like, entertaining the camp around the fire.
Yeah, you're like the jester.
That's why I'm put here
I've
on
always
Earth.
thought I would be the jester, too. Yeah.
I'm put here on Earth to make people laugh by telling them stories and performing for them and bringing them joy. So that's what I'm here to do, and that's the dream. Beautiful. And then eventually my dream one day, I'm going to have babies too and bring them on set. So imagine
Put them
this.
in the movies?
No.
Yeah.
Imagine this. How
They're
sick is
loving,
this?
crafty.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right.
Baby on my chest, strapped to my chest, wearing baby headphones because the set's loud.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
And you're wearing your headphones as a director.
I'm on comms.
That's cool.
I'm sitting on the fucking crane.
Yeah.
The baby's there asleep. I'm like, action! Like, how sick would that be, right?
Yeah.
Then I get the photo op. I'm like, okay, take it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
right.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're kidding.
But like, how sick
I mean,
You
would
could
that
have the
be?
baby hold the monitor too.
Yeah.
So cute. It drops it. Monitor break. $3,000 monitor break.
You're
but
like,
at that level,
whatever.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I just, I do want it all, and
And you're gonna get it all.
I hope so. And
Absolutely.
I hope you guys be there along
We'll
the
be
ride.
here, right here on this couch.
Right here on
Yeah.
the
Seriously.
We'll all be
We're
here.
contractually not allowed to leave this couch,
Yeah.
so.
So
Do you think
we're
we'll be
gonna-
friends till we're centenarians?
We'll be
For
seriously.
sure.
We're just gonna
Yeah.
be right here. So
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been awesome. Really. Thank
I'm
you
so
for coming
glad.
on.
This has been so fun.
This episode was it was like, for some reason, it was unexpected in terms of how deep we got with the artistic purpose and all of that.
Whoa.
Like, it inspires me as an artist. I know it inspires Luke, and I feel like it yeah.
Well, Luke.
I won't speak on
Yeah,
that.
please don't speak for Luke. Luke actually was disinspired.
yeah,
But,
actually,
but thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Thank you
and,
for having me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
having a
wanted
good
to
chat.
be here for so long.
Are you ever gonna make short films again, or is this? It was Teen Mary. You're done.
I
You
have
said I've
this
reached the top. I'm done.
I mean, I think like ultimately the goal is features, but I do have a couple ideas. I'm like, why not? We got a short, right?
Yeah.
I have this idea based on something that happened to me once when I was in the hospital. Actually, yesterday was Valentine's Day. Actually, on Valentine's Day 2 years ago, I was in the hospital for like a crazy fever I was having, and they told me I was pregnant, and I wasn't pregnant, but they mixed up my pee with somebody else's. And it was an absolutely insane
50-50 comedy.
experience.
May 3rd.
Okay, gotta make it and then submit it.
And by the way, that's when the festival is, May 3rd. Put it in the
50-50
calendar.
comedy.
50 comedy.
May
3rd.
50-50 comedy, May 3rd.
May 3rd.
So on May 3rd, there's this thing. It's called 50-50 comedy. It's on
Yeah.
May 3rd, 2026.
What do we think?
and
5
you're gonna wanna be
p.m.,
there.
6 p.m.?
6 p.
6 to 10.
6 p.
6 to 10. Yeah.
6 p, 10 p.
Yeah.
Did you learn something? I'm like your mom. Did you learn something in this episode? I hope so. Or not. That's okay. Thanks for hanging. Make sure you follow us at the 50/50 Fest on Instagram. And give us 5 stars, because why not? Why not? Subscribe. Why not? You know? Why not? Okay, bye.